Okay. The next part of the centrifugal compressor is the thermodynamic analysis of centrifugal compressor. Okay. And we will discuss about this. First of all, I will officially welcome to all this session of the thermodynamic analysis because we all love the thermodynamics. Okay. So first of all, we need to understand what is a static and stagnation pressure over here. Let us consider the duct over here and certain fluid is flowing through this duct. Okay. And basically we can consider this is a incompressible fluid initially or compressible fluid with Mach number less than 1. And we know that, again I'm repeating, the property of incompressible fluid is pressure and velocity variation. If we talk about only the pressure and velocity variation, the pressure and velocity variation in incompressible fluid like water and compressible fluid less than Mach number 1 is are the same. So if the area is increases, velocity getting decreases. Okay. So you have to consider the duct over here, and we have to consider two sections, section 1 and section 2. In section 1, we are having the less area than the section 2. So what will happen when the fluid is flowing with a certain velocity v1 at section 1, and then suddenly at section 2 area is getting increases, and due to increasing area velocity getting decreases. Okay. So this V2 getting decreases, or we can say it's a negligible than the V1, or V2 is nearly equal to 0. Okay. So the property of the fluid over at the point 2 due to sudden drop in velocity, or at the steady state, not a steady state, we can say when the velocity of the fluid approaches to 0, and the property at this point 2 is called as a stagnation property. If we are going to calculate the temperature or pressure at this point 2, then that particular temperature and pressure is called as stagnation pressure and stagnation temperature. Basically, stagnation properties are the properties of the fluid when the fluid brought to the rest, okay, by any means. So it's called as a stagnation properties. Okay. And the static properties, the general properties, the property with having certain velocity. So the properties at this particular section 1 is called as a static property. Okay. Basic difference between static and stagnation properties. Static properties, the properties of the same fluid when having such some velocity v1, and the stagnation properties of the fluid with a no velocity or negligible velocity or at the rest. Okay. Now we are going to study static and stagnation pressure first of all. Okay. So applying the Bernoulli equation, we have to apply the Bernoulli equation at section 1 and section 2. We will get the P1 by rho g plus V1 square by 2g is equal to P2 by rho g plus V2 square by 2g. Okay. By considering the datum Z1 is equal to Z2 is the same. So it will get cancelled automatically. Now we are interested to calculate what is the pressure at P2 over here, or what is the pressure at point 2. So by rearranging the equation, we will get P2 is equal to P1 plus rho V1 square divided by 2. Okay. So how we are going to get this? Okay. So we can divide G on both sides. Okay. So then it is a P1 by rho plus V1 square by 2 is equal to P2 by rho and V2 square by 2. Okay. And by just rearranging the equation, we are getting this P2 by P2 is equal to P1 plus rho 1 V square by 2, where this P2 is called as total head pressure or total pressure or stagnation pressure. Okay. And this particular P1 is called as a static pressure. And what is whatever this quantity remaining rho V1 square by 2, it's called as a kinetic equivalent of pressure. As I already said, the energy or the velocity is getting decreases due to sudden increasing area. As per the basic energy conservation principle, suppose one form of energy disappears, that should be converted into another form. In this case, we have decreased the velocity at section 2, means we have just decreases the kinetic energy. Okay. Then this kinetic energy equivalent will result in increasing pressure at that point 2. So P2 is P1 plus these things. Okay. So this P2 pressure is always greater than this point 1 or section 1. That's why this this part rho 1 V1 rho V1 square by 2 is called as kinetic equivalent of the pressure. Okay, so stagnation pressure P2 is equal to P1, that is static pressure, plus rho V1 square by 2. Okay, similarly we have to understand about the static and stagnation temperature. Okay, we have consider one duct again over here. Okay, with adiabatic process there is no exchange of heat or work outside the that particular system. Okay, again there is section 1 and section 2. So now also thermodynamic system is temperature we have to calculate, so we have to go for the steady flow energy equation for the unit mass flow rate, and using the steady flow energy equation basically it's h1 plus v1 square by 2 plus kinetic energy plus sorry h1 plus v1 square by 2 plus potential datum energy plus q is equal to h2 plus v2 square by 2 plus datum energy plus work done, but q and w are 0, so that will get cancelled, and z1 is equal to z2, so datum head q w will get cancelled from the both side of equation. So remaining is what, h1 plus v1 square by 2 is equal to h2 plus v2 square by 2, and h1 and h2 is what, h is equal to u plus p into v, so internal energy plus pressure into velocity. Okay, pressure into specific volume. Okay, so this h we can write, h is equal to cp into the basic thermodynamics formula. So basically total energy cp into t. So h1 is equal to cp into t1 plus v1 square by 2 is equal to cp into t2 plus v2 square by 2, and this cp into t plus v2 square by 2 is equal to constant. Okay, so t1 is the static pressure and t2 is the stagnation temperature or total head temperature at section 2. Okay, now we have to apply this equation. Okay, so this similar formulas over here. T0 actually stagnation property is generally denoted by the 0 suffix. So T1 or T2 maybe the next topic is maybe the static pressures or static temperatures, and 0 can indicate the stagnation property. Okay, these are the some simplification that we have to use afterwards for this particular to do the analysis. Okay, and by simplifying, okay, by putting these values over here, now T1 is what, T1 is the total pressure and T2 is what, stagnation temperature, the total temperature, and this is what, sorry, T1 is your static temperature and T2 is your total head or stagnation temperature. So stagnation properties you have to denote by the T0 suffix, and this is the T1. By putting according to the notation, we are getting this Cp. Actually, this is a T1 plus V1 square by 2 is equal to Cp T0. T0 is stagnation or total head temperature. By simplifying, you are getting one equation, and then this V square by 2 Cp is the kinetic energy equivalent of the temperature. This means V square by 2 Cp are result in increasing temperature at point 2. Okay, and there's a basic formula because the adiabatic process is there. So while solving the numericals, you should know these things in terms of the pressure and temperature variation for the adiabatic process. This is the usual formula, and you are dealing with the air, so adiabatic index is equal to 1.4. Okay, so this is the static and total head properties for the compressor.